How do you fix a relationship with a client, with your team, with an employee, or with one of your senior managers if you don't feel like you did anything wrong? 3 words: safety, relation, and relevance. I remember a few years back in my previous career, I was told I had a phone call, and the person said, "Hey, Captain, there's somebody on the phone, and they're furious. They just lost their husband, and they're saying that it's our fault." And in that moment, instinctively, I wanted to get the details. I wanted to find out and see what really happened and whose fault it was. But instead, I chose to just let her speak. And she did for a while. And eventually, there was a pause in her conversation, and I asked her permission to ask her some follow-up questions. And I just wound up asking about her and who her husband was and what her family was like and how she's been since this occurred. And I wound up talking with her about people I'd lost in my life. And we wound up just evolving what was a very tumultuous conversation into a casual talk between 2 people. I recommended a book to her, Dr. Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, and what could have devolved into a fractured relationship between one of my valued community members and me and my organization turned into someone who I wound up considering to be a connection, and I believe she felt the same way about me. And it was such a powerful reminder that for all of us, whenever a relationship is fractured, if they don't feel safe, connected, and they don't feel like they matter to you, nothing's going to change. So we have to take our hat off. In that context, for me, I couldn't go into that conversation like I'm the captain. I had to go in that conversation as another human being speaking with another human being who's very upset. So if you have fractured relationships in your workplace or at home with your teams, with your managers, you have to ask yourself, how can I demonstrate to this person that their opinions, their thought, their perspective is safe with me? I'm not going to cut them off. I'm going to allow them a safe space to communicate with me. How can you find that connection, that commonality between you? What are your common goals? What are the objectives that you both want? And how can you actually show that you care about them as individual beings? Safety, relation, relevance. Those 3 things are necessary for healing any fractured relationship.